Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ATCW recap. I am your host, the golden tongue of ATCW, Evan Wade, and I'm flying solo once again. Dennis is still out with his ankle injury, wishing him well on his road to recovery. I need you back here at the ATCW studio, man. Doing these videos has been a challenge without you, and I miss the crap out of you. Nonetheless, I'm here to give you a recap on what happened at ATCW Wreckoning Day, March 15th, 2025, at the Leetown Community Center in Carneysville, West Virginia. Since Dennis was absent, I needed me some help on commentary, and Chucky was able to deliver just that. Not one, but two stellar partners. Yeah, baby. Willie and LA, the Radical Stars, were helping me on commentary all night long. I had such a blast with the Stars, and it was a great event to call with them. Blockbuster match after blockbuster match all night long at ATCW Reckoning Day. Let's waste no more time, folks. Let's jump into the match card. The long-awaited debut of King Otis in singles competition happened on March 15th at ATCW Reckoning Day. He went one-on-one with the leader of the Carnival of Souls, Axel Crow. Now, some may call it a flub, some may call it an accident or an error. I would call it a successful debut for King Otis. Despite not picking up the victory, he still held his own against a former King of the 304 champion here in ATCW. He's obviously been studying and learning as much as he can over the last couple of months, and when he starts to get comfortable here in ATCW, he may start picking up some very surprising wins. Axel Crow, on the other hand, was in an entirely different element Saturday night. Man, everything that he did was an absolute work of art in the ring. The story that I'm interested in coming out of this, however, the mysterious figure that has been plaguing Axel Crow for months has descended the ramp this time around to return possession of Axel's bat to him. When Axel locked eyes with his bat, he went into some kind of trance to where he became enraged and completely psychotic, a side that we have never seen from Axel Crow whatsoever. He became absolutely vicious in his assault on King Otis that would follow this, blatantly choking his opponent in front of the referee, and after about a minute or so of an assault, Axel finally decided to climb to the top rope and deliver a final act for the 1, 2, 3. With another victory under his belt and his bat back in his possession, we could be in some serious trouble going forward here in ATCW when it comes to Axel Crow. The second match of the night, another singles debut in ATCW as Dallas Riggs stepped up to the 10-month-long reigning ATCW Cruiserweight Champion, the ageless one, Ethan Cross. Travis Tarvin accompanied his friend Ethan down to the ring as a show of support and friendship for his matchup. And as Dallas Riggs was making his way to the ring, folks, I started to get a little more excited than I had originally been all day long for this matchup that was about to unfold here in front of me. The energy that was coming off of Dallas Riggs was contagious almost. It was wild, and I was excited to see a good cruiserweight match. I love me some cruiserweight action, and this match definitely delivered on just that. After some back and forth from both competitors in this match, Travis Tarvin jumped up on the apron, causing a distraction briefly, and as he went to swing for Dallas Riggs, he accidentally hit Ethan Cross, knocking him out. Dallas Riggs, seeing the opening, claimed the pinfall opportunity that was in front of him, but unfortunately, or fortunately as I should say, for Ethan Cross, unfortunately for Dallas Riggs, Ethan was able to kick out and score a roll-up pinfall of his own. Still, your ATCW Cruiserweight Champion, Ethan Cross. And let me remind you, folks, Ethan Cross won this Cruiserweight Championship on May 18th, 2024. Our next ATCW event is May 17th, 2025. So Ethan Cross still has one more defense to go before officially becoming ATCW Cruiserweight Champion for a year. It's going to be an exciting next couple of months in the ATCW Cruiserweight division. Stay tuned. Speaking of a different breed of energy, man, when El Lobo Siler Andrews came to the ring for his matchup with Deuce Donatelli, the mood in the arena completely changed. I started to get a little bit of goosebumps too because I knew exactly what was coming in the match that was going to follow the introduction. El Lobo Siler Andrews versus Deuce Donatelli was an absolute banger, folks. My God. El Lobo Siler Andrews, to start this match, slapped Deuce Donatelli right in the face, not once, but twice. You don't tug on Superman's cape, and you don't slap Deuce Donatelli right in the face. Pure disrespect, and the the game just changed completely from that point. The the explosion of offense that happened after that segment. Oh my God, it was so much fun to watch. It was hard to keep up with because these guys, they possess an uncanny amount of speed and ruthlessness in their offense. They were trading blows and slams and holds like I had never seen the ATCW arena before. It was absolutely amazing. You got to go check it out when it gets posted up on Facebook and YouTube. At any point in this match, I thought either man could walk away with the victory. Deuce Donatelli, of course, holding his ground with the golden ticket in his possession, was able to put El Lobo Siler Andrews to sleep and come out the victor. I am praying that we have not seen the last of El Lobo Siler Andrews in ATCW because this man delivered on everything that he said he was going to. A phenomenal match between both of these competitors, and I can't wait to see more out of both of them for that matter. Deuce Donatelli, he's on a roll, and he's got his foot dipped into the waters of the ATCW Heavyweight Championship division, which we have a lot to talk about soon, very soon. But next, let's talk about match number 4. The weight of the world. Corey Bush made his singles return in ATCW for the first time in forever. You know, it's almost 5 ever at this point because, good Lord, it's been so long. Folks, this time around, he took on Robbie Wayne. And talk about somebody else who is in a different element Saturday night. Robbie Wayne was going hard in the paint against the legend in this area, Corey Bush. Man, Robbie was having some serious trouble getting the big man off his feet because it is not an easy tree to chop down when you're in there with Corey Bush. But once he was able to, he delivered one of the most gorgeous dragon gates that you have ever seen in your life, man. It was phenomenal. After a little while, Corey was able to spell out his name, C-O-R-Y, across the jaw of Robbie Wayne and land one of the biggest weight of the world splashes to Robbie Wayne that I've ever seen. It shook the ring, and I almost thought it shook the building a little bit. It looked absolutely devastating, and I'm very glad at this point that I am not Robbie Wayne after what I witnessed scraped off the mat Saturday night. A huge 1-2-3 victory for Corey Bush at the end of it all. And man, this match was awesome. Go check it out on the Facebook page or the YouTube page. Hopefully we get to see more out of the weight of the world Corey Bush in ATCW. Before we talk about match number 5, I have to give you a little bit of backstory on how we got there. Originally, it was scheduled to be self-made Lucius Suede versus the absolute killer AK for the ATCW Heavyweight Championship. Unfortunately, however, as he descended the ring, we noticed that AK was not in his traditional battle paint and ring gear. No, unfortunately, AK suffered an injury and was unable to defend his ATCW Heavyweight Championship on that night. Well, Chucky Manson had some ideas for him. He said, you could either defend your ATCW Heavyweight Championship that you have not defended since before November, or you can go ahead and hand over the ATCW Heavyweight Championship. Now, AK, the brilliant tactician that he is, unfortunately had no choice but to hand over the ATCW Heavyweight Championship, therefore vacating the championship. Right now, we do not have an ATCW Heavyweight Championship crowned. Lucius Suede, on the other hand, thought that he was about to be handed the championship and started celebrating a little preemptively. Chucky said, "No way, sir. That's not how this works." And just as that was happening, here comes the golden ticket holder, Deuce Donatelli, to give his thoughts on the situation. Chucky assured them that he had plans in line for the ATCW Heavyweight Championship. And since Lucius was already dressed for competition, why not give us another blockbuster match? Another banger, folks. That's right, because down the aisle came the picture-perfect assassin, Chris Slade. Man, the amount of athleticism between these two competitors. You got Lucius Suede in the ring for about 2 to 3 years now with the experience. Chris Slade, an absolute enigma in the ring, about 10 to 12 years, I would say, probably more. He's probably been wrestling since I was born. It's crazy. These guys going one-on-one in an ATCW ring was an absolute dream come true. I cannot tell you enough how much I enjoyed this match because the speed, the power that both of these guys possess, and the unorthodox style of Chris Slade versus the elegant and kind of classy style of Lucius Slade blended so well together that they were like scouting each other's moves throughout the entire time. There were times throughout the match where I was having trouble calling it because things were happening so fast. Like, it takes me longer to get out of bed in the morning than it does for Chris Slade to kick you in the face. And that is not a joke, folks. You can check it out on Facebook and YouTube if you don't believe me. Or just ask Lucius Suede himself. He's got a couple of eggnogs up here on his head that he's still nursing from the other night. However, Chris Slade was in his element. Lucius Suede had a little extra oomph in this matchup. He was irate that he was not receiving his long overdue ATCW Heavyweight Championship rematch, and he had that on his side and was able to use that to his advantage in this matchup, able to deliver a receipt to Chris Slade and pick up a 1-2-3 victory. Self-made Lucius Suede with an impressive victory over the picture-perfect assassin, and he has got to be on the way to getting that ATCW Heavyweight Championship rematch down the line, hopefully sooner rather than later. Folks, it's time to talk about the main event for ATCW Wreckoning Day, and there is a reason that we put a W on the front of Wreckoning Day for this event title. This match right here was the reason why. Tremor and Travis Tarvin tore each other apart with countless things that they have been stashing underneath the ring all day long. You call it a chair. Thumbtacks were almost used. We had a kendo stick. We had a chain. We even had a cheese grater at one point. Blood was drawn. Screams were heard. Sweat was perspired in this match. Everything was laid on the line, all for the King of the 304 Championship. And I said it before on ATCW Live in the most recent episode. Why anyone would sign up with someone called the hardest hitter in ATCW and a hardcore match was perplexing to me, but nonetheless, Travis Tarvin held his own in this matchup. He even used a basketball at one point in one of the most creative ways possible. Tremor, I'm sure, is still feeling that one to this day. Ethan Cross at one point came down to the ring to help out his friend who was getting cheese gratered across the forehead. And man, it's just a nasty sight. It's not something you want to see every day, and there's a reason that these kind of matches don't happen every day. And this was a good example of why. I was very thankful to see Ethan Cross come down the ramp and try to stop Tremor from using that cheese grater. Unfortunately, though, Ethan Cross caught an accidental right hand from Travis Tarvin one more time, knocking him off the apron and leaving Tarvin open for a double choke bomb from Tremor. And that's right, folks. Tremor wins his first singles championship here in ATCW. Your new King of the 304 champion, Tremor. And wow, what a statement to make. What a way to get it done. And when Austin Blackthorn, one half of the Calamity, this wonderful tag team that's been created, comes back to see his mentor and his partner on top, you got to think that team is going to just skyrocket from here on out. Now, speaking of teams, we got to talk about the friendship implosion that happened after this match. Travis Tarvin blaming Ethan Cross for his loss in this matchup, causing the distraction, causing Travis Tarvin to be completely open for that double choke bomb and receive it. Travis Tarvin pushed his friend out of his face, and that was enough to start an assault. Travis Tarvin started beating Ethan Cross senseless. That poor table took more hits than I've ever seen anything take before. And by the time that Travis Tarvin was done with Ethan Cross, he was laying there lifeless in the middle of the ring. I was concerned for him. Thankfully, the Radical Star sitting here at my right during commentary got up and went up to help our ATCW Cruiserweight Champion off the mat and run Travis Tarvin back to the ring. You know, I hate to see a friendship such as strong as this one implode like it has. It's very heartbreaking, if I'm being completely honest. And these guys have been supporting each other for months on end, if not years. They've been friends for years. And to see just this disagreement come between these two, it's heartbreaking, just like I said. I'm hoping these two can work it out because they make a great team, and I've seen them be best friends and great friends here in ATCW, and I'm hoping for great things out of both of them. Unfortunately, that took us to the end of the night for ATCW Wreckoning Day. So many exciting things happening here in ATCW. We have a vacant ATCW Heavyweight Championship. Yes. Goodness, folks, I'm getting tired. You can tell. Chucky Manson, I'm sure, is planning something huge, something special for the ATCW Heavyweight Championship. You guys are going to love it coming down the pike here in ATCW for 2025. Folks, we won't be back until May, but I may be back sometime soon to fill you in on more goings-on here in ATCW. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining me for another episode of ATCW Recap. Be sure to check out the matches on YouTube and Facebook and get ticket information for future events at the ATCW Facebook page. I am the Golden Tongue, Evan Wade, and I'm going to get out of here, folks. See you later.